Very good morning, Level 7A, and welcome back to our online class. How are you doing today? Good, I'm doing glad too. By the way, have you already handed in your homework to your homeroom teachers? So he or she can mark your work? All right, if you do so, very good. Great. Okay, so what day are we on today? Right, today we're on Friday, July 24th, 2020. And guess what? It's the weekend. So tomorrow you guys can relax and Sunday you guys can relax. But I believe some of you are doing Khmer classes, Khmer schools on Saturday mornings. Right, okay. Well, good luck with that. Okay, so for session 1, we're going to be covering up Speaking Tutor 1A. Now for today's class, we're going to be focusing still in Unit 5, Popular Sports, Lesson 2, Extension and Details on page 92 and 93. But before we go to our page 92 and 93, let's do a quick lesson review on what we've done so far. Do you remember what we've done so far? Okay, so far we've done warm-up exercises. We talk about sports, remember? We were talking about sports, the habits of playing sports, so how many times we play sports in a week. Maybe like twice a week, once every 2 weeks, or twice every 2 weeks, okay? And then we did some grammar focus based on countable and uncountable nouns. Do you remember what countables and uncountable nouns are? Some nouns can be countable and some nouns can't be countable, okay? Some nouns are countables and some nouns are uncountable, okay? Right? You even did some examples, you even did some exercises, and also we did some exercise practice as well. You remember at the bottom of the page, you were asked to write about a bottle of, a pair of, okay? Things like that. I hope you already done them for your homework, okay? Or your classwork. Great, let's move on to today's class. Now, today's class consists of two units, right? So the first one, we're going to focus, come over to my house for dinner, interview, and the second one is interview about athletes' food. What does athletes mean? Athletes is people who play sport, okay? Right. Okay, so athlete is people who play sports. So, but before that, let's do the first one first. So the first one, for the first exercise, please look at page 92. On the top of page 92, come over to my house. Okay, what you need to do here, there are 6 words in the box. You need to look at the words in the box. Running, swimming, and biking. Never heard of that. We can go for a bike ride. Come over to my house for dinner. A big bowl of salad. Always healthy. Now, what does it mean, dinner? What does that mean, dinner? When you hear the word dinner, what does that mean? Right, so dinner means food that you eat at night time, right? It's dinner, okay? So I've had rice and egg for dinner. I had steak for dinner, okay? Dinner means food that you eat in the evening, at night time, okay? Dinner. Everyone say dinner. Dinner. Good. Now, some people confuse the word with dinner and diner, okay? But it's not diner, it's dinner. Dinner. Diner is an American word for restaurant. Okay, so have a look at the conversation A, B, okay, and A. So the conversation between A and B. What you need to do is you need to fill in the blanks using the words from the box, okay? You can do that on your own, all right? But you need to be sure that you put the correct words in the numbers. There are 6 numbers and there are 6 words in the box, right? Okay, so let's read together, but you're going to have to fill it yourself. It will be part of your classwork or part of your homework, okay? But here in the video, you just have to listen very carefully how it works, okay? Then you can do this work later on in class. All right, let's have a look at A. Can you read or should I read? I'll read and then you guys just follow, okay? All right. A, do you want to? Sure, that would be nice. A, dinner time is usually at 6 o'clock. But if you come over earlier, okay, great. Oh, and dinner at my house is is always and plates of vegetables. Why is that? My dad competes in the Ironman races. What's an Ironman races? It's a really long race of, okay? So, basically what you need to do now that we read it, I read it for you, what you need to do is you need to have a look at it, okay? Have a look at the conversation, try and fill in the blanks, okay? Use the most common sense of it, please, all right? And then you need to look at the words, the 6 words that are in the box and fill them in the conversation. It will be either part of your classwork or part of your homework, okay? Right, okay, let's do the section 2. Let's have a look at match the questions and answers. Notice there are 3 questions and there are 6 answers. Now, what we need to do is we need to choose the correct answers to the question, yeah? Then you need to fill them into the boxes below. Will we do that together? Number 1, do you think most athletes eat healthy food? Do you think most athletes eat healthy food? What does athletes mean? I told you before at the beginning. What does athlete means? Okay, so athletes simply just mean sport, people who play sports, right? Right? Athletes, people who play sports. So we have running athletes, we have the racer athlete, we have the horse racing is not athletes, swimming athletes, okay? So mostly people who play sports. All right, so do you think most athletes eat healthy food? Do you think so? Okay, so yes, I think they do. So it's A. What else? What else? So there's 6 answers, right? So do you think they eat healthy food? Of course, I think they do. And of course, they do. Okay, so it's F. Number 2, what do you think they eat a lot of? What do you think they eat a lot of? Okay, so they eat a lot of what? They eat a lot of fruits. C, good. And steak. What is steak? Do you know what steak is? Steak. Say again. Steak. Steak. So steak is a big chunk of meat like that. And usually steak is made from beef. Yeah. So we have a big chunk of meat. Generally we put them in the oven or we fry them. But most of the time, we don't have to cook them very well. We can cook them. We can have them medium cook, medium rare, or or cook for people who doesn't like to eat the blood. Okay. So C, steak, and I think they eat a lot of. And E, steak. Very good. Number 3, what do you think they never eat? If you're going to become an athlete and you're going to become a strong person who's going to be joining, competing in a sports, what should you never eat? You need to be strong and fit. What should you never eat? Right, you never eat candy. Of course, you never eat candy. B, and donuts. Yes, so you never eat donuts, right? It's very, very bad for you. Okay? Okay? Good. All right, let's now move along to part B. Now, part B, what you need to do, we're going to interview about athlete's food. All right, but before we do an interview about an athlete's food, let's listen to track 18. Now, everybody.
Interview about athlete's food. Sample role play.
How do you think professional athletes eat differently to us?
I think they eat more food, especially foods with carbohydrates.
What do these athletes eat a lot of?
They eat a lot of high-energy food, such as meat and protein drinks.
Why do athletes eat differently?
They need to have lots of energy and build lots of muscle.
What do these athletes never eat?
I think they don't eat junk food every day.
Do you like to eat healthy food?
Yes, I do.
Would you want to be a professional athlete?
I think it is too hard. You need to exercise all the time.
Good. I hope you've already listened to track 18. Now let's have a look on page 93. What you need to do is you need to listen very carefully on page 93. Now on page 93, this is a role play. You need to talk to your buddy. I mean, if you don't have a buddy, it's fine. You need to make a role play, okay, about what athlete eats, okay? So what questions are you going to ask him or her? Write down your questions, okay? Then you interview them, all right? As you already listened to the role play, and if you are unsure, you can listen to the role play again, okay? So you need to ask them, what do they eat, okay? Now, if you don't know how to write them, look at the idea box below page 93. Let's read it together. There are 6 phrases or questions. Okay? Idea box. Enjoy all the healthy food. These athletes eat a lot of. These athletes never eat. Would you be a professional athlete? Okay? Do you like to eat healthy food? Why eat differently? Okay? So imagine you are talking to your buddy. Okay, imagine you are asking your buddy about what athlete eats, okay? So what do they generally eat, like we did before on exercise A, part A, okay? Match the questions and answer, all right? It should be easy because some of this you've already done them before, all right? So it will be either part of your homework or part of your classwork. It's very, very, very easy, okay? You just have to do a conversation or a role play. That's it. That's all you need to do, and then talk about it, okay? Or ask, if you have a sibling at home who speaks English, it's great. Then you two can talk to each other about your work, okay? Or if not, you can actually do an audio track. You know, you can do your own sounds voice recording, and then send your sounds voice recording to your teachers so they can look and then they can hear what you had to say. And that way, it helps to speak better, okay? Now remember, in speaking tutor, it's normally always talking about speaking all the times. You need to practice your speaking skills because it helps you to speak better English, okay? Don't be shy because in English, you know, when you're speaking another language, please don't be shy, okay? I know it's not your first language.